everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be meal prepping. I like to keep all my meals super simple throughout the week because in my experience, I find that simplicity is the key. When your mealtime is simple and easy enough, you will be able to stick to it in the long term. And we all know that consistency is the key to success. So I like to dedicate some time on Sunday to buy my groceries and then start doing a meal prep. This entire meal prep is going to take you about 1.5 hours from start to the end. So if you are someone who is starting their health and fitness journey in 2024 and you're not sure how to start and how to meal prep, I'm going to show you an easy way to meal prep all your dishes. These are my easy go-to meals that I like to prep when I know I'm going to be having a busy day, and I like to meal prep for 3 days in advance, and then midweek I will do quick meals on the go. So you want to make sure that you simplify your meal time throughout the week so that you can stay on track and you can also meet all your nutritional needs. I hope you guys will find this video helpful, and if you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps grow my channel. And if you'd like me to make more meal prep videos on my channel, then please comment below and let me know. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. For breakfast, I am going to make overnight oats, and I'm going to be using TBP as my protein source in these oats instead of protein powder. I know most of you don't like to use protein powder as protein source, so instead you can use TBP. TBP is extremely versatile and you can use it in so many ways. And I'm going to be using these keto puddings to flavor each overnight oats differently. I will leave all the details in the description box below, and I also like to add powdered peanut butter on top of each overnight oats the next morning, as it adds additional 6 grams of protein and it also makes them super creamy and delicious. Once again, all the details will be in the description box below. For lunch, I am going to make my tofu scramble with veggies. I like to use frozen veggies so that I have less chopping to do, and I like to pair it with some baked or air-fried potatoes. And I am going to be using 1.5 brick of tofu. This is extra firm tofu. To speed things up, I'm going to first rinse my potatoes, chop them into half, season them, and I'm going to toss them in air fryer for about 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have an air fryer, you can bake these, and while potatoes are baking, that's when you're going to chop up all your other ingredients and get your onions started first on the stoves to just brown them. And then while your onions are browning, then you can chop up the cherry tomatoes and red bell pepper. I personally like to use bell pepper and cherry tomatoes in my tofu scramble. You can switch them out with any other veggies of your choice if you like. And I like to use air fryer quite a bit in my house instead of oven because it's just so much faster and you don't have to wait for oven to be preheated and everything just cooks way faster. I love air fryer. It's just such a game changer. I can't imagine life without one. So if you don't have an air fryer, I highly recommend you to buy one because it really helps speed up the cooking process. I'm going to saute my onion with a little bit of oil. I'm just using avocado cooking spray bottle here. If you are oil free, you can obviously skip oil, but I started to use a little bit of oil in my cooking, and I find that it really enhances the taste and helps cook things better, but it's completely optional. Okay, you can call me weird, but I really like to use chana masala in my tofu scramble. Trust me, if you haven't tried that, it really takes it to next level in my opinion, but it's completely optional, and I'm adding some other spices to go along with it. I will leave all the details in the description box below. Give this tofu scramble a try. I promise you, you're going to really like it. And I like to pair it with my tofu sriracha mayo, which I will show you later on in this video how to make that and keep that in the fridge to go along with your tofu scramble and as well as your potatoes. The combination is just absolutely perfect. I sometimes will add nutritional yeast to my tofu scramble, but here I didn't add it. I just don't like the taste of that with all these Indian spices that I'm using. I don't think it goes well in my opinion, but you do you. If you want to add extra protein to this tofu scramble, feel free to add nutritional yeast on top at the end and mix that in. What I like to do at the end when tofu scramble is ready, I like to add roasted cumin powder at the end. I feel that it adds more flavor. So roasted cumin powder is just cumin seeds that are just toasted on the stove top in a non-stick frying pan, and then you can blend that into a powder. Then you can transfer it into a container and store it in your pantry, and then you can use it in your cooking to flavor your dishes. I personally think roasted cumin powder really makes a huge difference when you add it at the end of your dishes. So here is my tofu sriracha mayo. It's ready, and I like to prepare it ahead of time, and then I use it throughout the week on my tofu scramble and with my potatoes. I really like this sauce because it also adds additional protein to your dishes. And then I'm going to equally portion out this tofu scramble. This could have made 4 servings, but here I'm only preparing 3 containers, and I'm equally portioning them out so that we have equal calories, fat and protein for each meal. I will leave all the details in the description box below. If you don't want to use potatoes, you can also add your tofu scramble into a wrap and make that as your on-the-go wrap as well. For dinner, I'm going to make this red lentil pasta, and I'm using tempeh as my protein source, and as well as my sauce will have some protein because in my sauce I'm going to be adding some silken tofu and as well as some nutritional yeast. Once again, I will leave all the details in the description box below. To speed things up, you want to get started with your tempeh first. Prepare your protein, and I like to add tempeh bacon at the end. I have made this on my channel before, but here I will show you how I quickly make this tempeh bacon. Most people find tempeh to be bitter and they don't like the taste, so if you want to cut down on the bitterness, just boil your tempeh on the stovetop for about 5 to 7 minutes. Drain your water, and then you can use that tempeh in your cooking. It will take away the bitterness. and then you're going to prepare the sauce. I will leave all the sauce ingredients in the description box below, and then you're going to crumble your tempeh into this sauce and mix it nicely. And I'm going to be air frying it once again at 400°F for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm also going to make sure halfway through the cooking process you want to flip it so that it crisps up evenly, and then you're going to keep this aside while you prep your other ingredients. I'm going to be making 3 servings of this pasta, so I am using 1.5 packets. If you like, you can make 2 packets. Each serving is about 85 grams, but I'm using 3 servings here, so that's why I only used 1.5 packs of red lentil pasta. I'm going to keep it al dente. Make sure not to overcook this pasta as it will get soggy. And I didn't have pasta sauce, so I'm just making this pasta sauce with tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and I'm adding my spices, and I'm going to just cook this sauce. This only took about 10 minutes, but if you have a pasta sauce, then you can completely skip this step. Now I'm going to prepare my sauce by blending everything together. I am using about 200 grams of silken tofu. I added my tomato sauce, and I added 1 jarred red bell pepper, and then I'm going to add my spices. This is all per your taste. While I emptied out the saucepan, I added my mushrooms in here to cook while I continue to make the sauce, just to speed things up. And then I'm going to blend everything together, and I added some nutritional yeast here as well for extra protein. This is all optional and per your taste, but I really like adding silken tofu to the sauce. It makes it rich and creamy, but if you don't like that, you can skip it, but trust me, you won't be able to taste the tofu. And this is how I make my pasta. It's super easy and high in protein. This entire meal took about 30 to 40 minutes max to make. I would say about 30 minutes if you're pretty quick. And if you have the pasta sauce already, then you can also save additional 10 minutes. Then I added some spinach in here. Again, do this according to your taste. I didn't have enough broccoli for this dish, so I added some more greens by adding some baby spinach. And here is my tempeh bacon. I'm going to portion out all the containers so that we have equal amounts of food for all containers. I will leave all the details in the description box below. One thing I'd like to mention is don't add your tempeh bacon to your meal prepped pasta containers. Only add it towards the end when you're about to eat it, because that way it will stay crispy. Otherwise it tends to get soggy. Other than that, this meal prep took 1.5 hours in total from start to finish. This is my simple high protein vegan meal prep. If you are trying to put on muscles as a vegan, then you need to increase your protein intake. Trust me on that. I've learned that the hard way. And for my sweet tooth, as always, this is my lemon zucchini bread that I am making. I will leave the details for that in the description box below. To quickly recap, this is the breakdown of this entire meal prep. It's about 1,640 calories and approximately 114 grams of protein. Those of you who don't know, I am currently bulking and I'm still trying to put on muscles. So for me, this calorie intake is slightly lower. My current calorie goal is approximately 2,100. So I will either increase the quantity of the same food in each of these meals to meet my calorie goals, or I will just add an additional snack, and usually I end up having a protein smoothie so that I can meet my calorie intake for the day. I hope you guys found value in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon on my next one. Bye.